Ed.
And hello, Twitch.
Hello, Twitch.
All right. Well, I suppose since Justin is in here, we'll wait to sync up until his audio is connected. Although his audio has been connecting for a little minute now, so I'm a little worried about that.
That's what happens when you don't hit the OK button as soon as you join. I've done that during meetings before, too.
Got it. Okay. Well, there he is anyways. All right. Well, then, Justin, hello. Say hello to Twitch as well. I hope that you are recording.
Hello to Twitch as well.
Are you recording at this point? Because I would like to sync up.
I am recording. My video was on, and then it was off. There we go.
Then in 3, 2, 1.
Betty, that up.
Betty Boop, where you at?
123 to 132.
Fair. The Dog Whisperer, where are you at? I can't remember his name, or otherwise that would have been your name.
Caesar Milan.
Caesar
Milan. Why do I know that?
I don't know. I didn't know there was such a thing existed. It was about 2 minutes, maybe a couple seconds after.
I'll take it.
Whisperer, dude. He came on. He made bad dogs good dogs.
It was a thing.
Then I am not he, because I cannot make this dog good.
Guys, by the way, I know we're live and everyone, including my parents, is going to hear this, but I spent like an hour and a half cleaning my closet today, and all I managed to do is now you can see the floor. There's so much to clean.
Well, hold on. Let me make a note in my Audacity for the show title, Cleaning Out My Closet.
I'm sorry, Mama.
And I guess we're going to have Eminem as our intro music or something. I don't know. All right, we ready to go? Does anybody...
cry tonight. I'm cleaning out my closet.
Let's get it all out now.
Yeah, let's. Actually, I forgot to get Steve's audio ready, so give me like 2 minutes to get that.
Steve messages me like right after the show's over, and he's like, "Really, Mario sex toys, Justin?"
What?
Yeah. Oh, you don't even remember? Yeah, I edited that whole sequence out last week.
I don't remember that.
It was a whole thing. It's the whole big thing. The whole intro.
Was I sober for that?
Go watch the Twitch audio, the Twitch recording, like the first 2 minutes of it. You'll find your answer, Justin. You must have Tourette's or something. I don't know.
ADHD, man.
ADHD is gonna get you.
Okay, let's level out the Infendo
You down with
guy.
ADD? Yeah, you know me. You down with ADD?
Was that
me?
Link's Awakening music that I was?
No,
hearing?
that was the Mario Lego toy that he sent.
I got a Starman. Now it's a mushroom for some reason.
Oh yeah. Okay, I understand now. Okay, so let's see how Steve sounds with this.
I'm sure he'd be honored.
Is this too loud?
Yeah, way too loud. Turn it down a little.
Okay,
that's nice.
About there?
Probably.
Okay.
Let's see.
How's Steve?
Are you a member of our Discord yet?
Oh boy.
Way too quiet compared to that volume. Bump that down a little bit.
Oh, you fucking God damn it. Oh, I scratched my leg.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Okay, how's Steve now?
Are you a member of our Discord yet? You should be.
Turn the music down just a tiny bit more.
Okay. Segment now. Get there through Infendo.
You know what? Let me pick a different Steve clip because that one's pretty quiet.
You actually kind of just nailed it, but yeah.
Oh, it's fine. Okay, well let's do it.
It sounded fine.
Let's see how it starts from the beginning then, or sounds from the beginning.
Are you a member of our Discord yet? You should be.
Good.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, how about this guy?
We put the donkey in Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
Cool. All right. Well,
Infendo Radio is on now.
All right, let's go to my Audacity and make a note. All right, let's do it.
Are you a member of our Discord yet? You should be, because that's where you ask your questions for the question block segment now. Get there through Infendo.com.
We put the donkey in Donkey Kong.
Okay,
Infendo Radio is on now.
Hello, everybody. It is time for the show to start. It is Infendo Radio, episode number 568. I am joined by Justin and Lucas. Justin, how are you doing tonight?
Very quiet is how he's doing.
Oh, sorry, the speaker's on the back.
Lucas, how are you doing this
I'm
evening? Thank you
I'm
for joining
invincible.
us.
I'm doing just dandy. Steve's been dead for 3 weeks because we killed him. We weren't joking about that. That actually happened. So
Yeah, he's
gone.
coffin
He's never coming back. We told you all. He's gone forever. If you listen for Steve, you know what? If you listened for Steve, you should just stop watching the show right now forever.
He'll be back. They always find some way to bring them back in the sequel.
I need Lucas and Justin, before we get too far, I want you to tell the people where they can find you when we're not recording Infendo Radio. Lucas, why don't you start?
I was going to say age before beauty, but okay. So, yeah, I have a website that I still need one of you to help me with because my certificate is not properly synced up. That is chromatichue.com. Check that out in about 3 days when I get around to asking these guys for help. I also have a YouTube channel, which is very fun, very much like Infendo Radio, but more streamlined, let's say, where I talk about video game stuff. That is youtube.com/c/LUKASPEACE. To everybody that has watched my videos and become a subscriber of mine, thank you very much. I check it obsessively multiple times a day, and every time I see I got a new subscriber, I get really excited. And if I ever lose a new subscriber, I go, oh man. So like, go do that. It would mean the world to me. You don't know how much you would brighten up.
The aw man or the excited part?
I would rather you become a subscriber. If you really want to hurt me, you could leave like a day after and make me self-conscious about what I post. But yeah, Pokemon Conquest video is the one that's coming up next. So please subscribe so you don't miss that. And really, that's all I've got to say right now. You know, I do a podcast with Steve too. We're supposed to be recording an episode of that soon, but as you might have guessed from his lack of presence on this show, he's hard to get a hold of right now. He's been doing a lot of late night shifts and waking up early and stuff. So he should be back on the show next week. And I think that means that we should have a new Hyper Voice out soon because we have a lot to talk about with the Crown Tundra. So go check us out on Spreaker.com for that as well. And with that, thank you guys for watching Infendo Radio. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you guys next week.
That's been our hour.
Yeah.
And I don't care what you say. My mustache is beautiful.
Justin, why don't you tell the people where they can find your unboxing website of toys and things?
You can find me on Twitter at InfendoJustin. You can find my Disney tweets at Utilidork. You can read my blog at utilidork.com. And I know I've been promising this for about a month now, but despite several setbacks and procrastinations, I am just about ready to launch. I'll just may as well go ahead and say it. I'm about to launch a new website, and I will announce it when it is live. So keep an eye out for that.
Excite.
Nice.
I will also be doing a podcast, so keep an eye out for that too.
Excite.
Bye.
Nice. All right. Well, before we get too far along, we are going to have an amazing show for you all this evening, but we wouldn't be here without the people who, kind of support us. So we would like to thank all of our producers that brought the show to you tonight first, but we will get to everybody, all of you wonderful patrons as well. We're going to start with our producers, and our executive producers rather, the Brianosaurus and DJ, Andrew Searson. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. Our other producers are Slacker Monkey and Minus 64. We appreciate you just the same. And everybody else.
Thanks to all four of you for not going out for cigarettes and never coming back.
Yeah, we appreciate that about y'all. But we appreciate everybody as well. I mean, everybody is, you guys are giving us money, so thank you so much. So we appreciate Colton, Malik, Malish. Malashi.
He's a little bit Mal, so he's Mal-ish.
Okay, Colton Malish, we appreciate you. Schnazzy One, we appreciate you as well. Michael Larson, Shine Down, Carmine Red, Daniel Gaskin,
We're
Jonathan
gonna lose
Lee,
all of these people.
Mustard Giant Cow, and Apollo Lemon. From the bottom of our cold, dark hearts, we love you so much. Thank you.
If you enjoyed this segment and you want to watch us do this again next month, but even worse, sign up for our Patreon at patreon.com/Infendo Radio and give yourself a really hard to read name. $1 gets you hours of entertainment.
If you're already a patron, I mean, just change your name to something else, and then maybe we'll.
No, don't
say that because we got Slacker. We got Slacker Monkey to change his name to Slacker Money like 2 weeks ago. We have way more power than you think we have. We'll be right back, guys.
That's funny. Twitch, save me.
Do you think that will improve things?
Anyway, that's how I saved Christmas. So, if you want to hear about that sometime, just,
I don't know what just happened, Twitch, but there's going to be a funny stinger on the Patreon version. So look forward to that.
If you want to hear about which Infendo co-host goes to the bathroom in funny ways, become a patron today.
Well, let's go on to our next bit of music. I need to level it out, though, because it's a different soundtrack. So how does this sound? With Steve saying this.
For $5 a month, we can give you something better than the
I
Lost
love
Woods.
this.
Okay, we got it. We're ready to rock and roll.
This is perfect.
I was going to put Legos together while I recorded, but I don't want to crinkle too much.
This is Lucas Energy music right now.
This is called Versus Red Theme.
Yeah, I freaking know what it is.
First anniversary version. Here we go.
For $5 a month, we can give you something better than the Lost Woods. We've got what we call the Hidden Feed. That gets you our all-access pass to everything we do behind the scenes and otherwise. Head over to patreon.com/Infendo Radio and pledge your $5 today.
Okay, we're back. Thank you for returning with us. It's time for Change the System. We got shadow dropped a Nintendo Direct this morning. Nintendo didn't foreshadow this at all, did they? It just kind of happened, right?
I mean, if they did, we're all terrible hosts. Oh my God, we're all terrible hosts.
Apparently I am, because this is the first I'm hearing about it.
All right. So yeah, so God, we are the worst in the news podcast. I didn't watch the direct because as I said in Steve's YouTube channel or Steve's Discord channel, I get all of my news live on the air by pretending I know what we're talking about when we do this show.
Oh yeah. I saw it too. I watched it twice.
What I was aware of is that Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, or whatever it's called, got a downloadable demo that you can play. So I downloaded that, and while I was in the eShop, I also noticed No More Heroes 1 and 2 were both released on the Switch. So that's exciting, right? I've always wanted to try those games, and now I can. I will talk a lot more about my impressions of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity after we're done talking news. But Eugene, since you actually bothered to do your job, why don't you start us off and tell us what the Direct was all about?
Wait, job. But no, anyways. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this had to offer. There was a lot of, like, in my opinion, kind of little things, but let's just take a look at, run down the list in any case. Bravely Default 2 showed some gameplay on that one. Looked pretty cool. Looks like it's going to be coming out February 26th of next year, so that's exciting. Story of Seasons looks like almost like I don't even know. It looked like Harvest Moon to me.
So here's the thing about that.
It is Harvest.
Yeah, the Harvest Moon name has been taken by whatever company.
I think I remember you saying that.
So Story of Seasons is Harvest Moon in every way. Like the new game, one of the games is Story of Season Friends of Mineral Town. It is literally a remake of Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town. They just don't own the name Story of Seasons. So,
right.
Or rather, they don't own the name Harvest Moon. So yeah, it is Harvest Moon.
Okay, so that's why it looked so Harvest Moony, because, I mean, it is Harvest Moon.
It is.
So it looked awesome, though. I mean, if you're into that, it looked, looks like more of that. So if you're excited for that one, that's coming out here soon. They said the release date for that one is going to be March 23rd of next year. So also, Surviving the Aftermath was shown as a spring 2021 game. Looked pretty interesting. Immortals Phoenix Rising, that one, I like the art style on that one. I can't say that I necessarily like the gameplay. I'd have to kind of take a look at it more. Coming December 3rd, looks like there's going to be a Way Forward Bakugan game coming on November 3rd as well. Wait, I said it's December 3rd for the Immortals game before, sorry.
What is Bakugan again? I've heard of it, but I can't remember what it is.
Isn't that the tops?
Yeah, it's like the spinny thing
the tops.
and they battle.
I was like a generation Beyblade. No, that's Beyblade.
Yeah, that's Beyblade.
Bakugan, it's just another Pokemon, like that generation's version of whatever. It's fine. Who cares? nobody who's listening to this podcast cares about Bakugan, and if I'm wrong, prove that I'm wrong by tweeting at us at Infendo.
When I googled Bakugan, it looks like there's these little dragony things that turn into little balls. So I don't know. That's what a Bakugan is. So anyways, it looks like Griftlands, the Switch edition, is going to be a summer 2021 title. Tropico 6 is coming out November 6th. I love Tropico, so I'm going to be downloading the crap out of that.
I don't know what that is.
Have you ever played like Civilization?
Yes.
It's kind of like Civ.
I have not, but I am familiar with it.
Have I yet to?
Lucas already mentioned this earlier, but No More Heroes 1 and 2 is out today on Switch. No More Heroes 3 is coming 2021. HAL Laboratories looked like there was a game that they showed, a brand new game called Part-Time UFO. Looked really freaking cute. It's out today if you want to play it. And then the final thing two last things. There's Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. The demo launched today. And there were 2 cloud versions of games that were announced today. Looked really cool, actually. I played the Control demo, so Control Ultimate Edition and Hitman 3 will be getting cloud versions. The Control one is today. It looks like Hitman is due out in 2021. So yeah, discuss.
I played the Hyrule Warriors demo. You want to hear about that?
Well, actually, I kind of do. Is it different enough from Hyrule Warriors to, like, be worth talking about?
It's going to largely, I think, depend on your initial feelings about when you heard that the game was coming out. There are going to be people that feel like it's not Breath of the Wild enough. There are going to be people like me who feel like it's not quite Hyrule Warriors enough. It's definitely a Warriors title, but it is not a Hyrule Warriors 2. It does not really build off of what they did in Hyrule Warriors. Rather, it feels much more like kind of how Link's crossbow training was a spin-off to,
sure.
Twilight Princess. It is a Warriors game. Make no mistake. Like it will have a story mode. It'll have a number of characters. There have been leaks about the characters. It looks like it is going to focus entirely on Breath of the Wild and not touch the other Zelda universes, which is a bit of a disappointment for me. It played slower, in my opinion, than the other Hyrule Warriors, which was an odd choice. It feels very much to me like a Warriors game that was built in the Breath of the Wild engine, if that makes sense. But make no mistake, it still plays like a Warriors game. That said, I'm not that excited for it, right? I mean, we all know that it's no secret that Breath of the Wild was probably one of my less preferred Zelda titles out there, one of my least favorites.
Lucas hates it.
And I'm not getting much out of this. Like, it's fine, but it's not great, So I think if you liked Breath of the Wild and you want something to hold you over until Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, then I think it's a good choice. But for somebody like me who's already really Breath of the Wilded out and really can't wait until we get our next Zelda game that doesn't take place in that same universe with the same characters and everything, it's more of the same. It's overkill. Now, at the end of the day, it could end up being my favorite of the 3 Breath of the Wild entries, right? Like, it's clearly going to have more of a plot because it's a Warriors game. So after every level, you're going to see cutscenes.
And it does go out of its way to tell the story that Breath of the Wild hinted at.
Didn't tell,
that's what I'm interested in.
Yeah,
so
I'm all in on that.
So right in the first demo, you go through a few areas, you take on a few bosses, and then we're introduced to Impa, and she gets a little intro animation cutscene, and we get to see Impa 100 years ago when she was like our age, right? And you get to play as her and fight as her, and go around the area outside of Hyrule Castle Town and just battle enemies and stuff.
Sure.
I don't really know what else to say. I think you probably already know if you're going to enjoy this game. If you have some trepidation, if you don't really like the idea that it's a Warriors game, if you don't really like the idea that it's a Breath of the Wild game, you're probably not going to get much out of it. If you're hyped, if you were hyped when you saw the reveal trailer, you're probably going to enjoy it. That's my initial impulse going into it. Not really my cup of tea. I'd like to get it maybe as like a Christmas present or something, but I don't see myself going in on day one.
I get that.
You know what I miss, speaking of going in on day one? I miss when Nintendo gave extra gold coins when you pre-ordered games, because I was definitely much more... I miss and am glad that they don't do that, because I was definitely bought games on day one or pre-ordered games more often when they did that. Like, I would totally be in on this if they gave extra coins.
I want to be a whiny negative complainer and say, I miss when Club Nintendo used to have actual physical rewards.
Hey, I got that Animal Crossing bag from my Nintendo last week. But
last week you showed us that Animal Crossing bag, so that's now a no point. So excitement. That's really about it. If you guys don't have anything else to talk about with, like the news, any of the announcements or anything, then I'll just go into what I've been playing this week, because I've got some stuff to talk about.
Well, let me touch one bit on the news. Control. Yeah, because I did get to play that one, and we talked a little bit pre-show about like what this cloud version of a game would mean. So
really, it's all of you guys as the listeners' fault for not being there during our pre-show. We were talking about
exactly. So basically, what these cloud versions are is you're not really downloading the game; you're downloading a little launcher, and you're playing a game kind of like Google Stadia or PlayStation Now, or what was once Gaikai. It's pretty cool.
This has been a thing on the Japanese systems, right? Like Phantasy Star Online 2.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a thing, but Japan is a much easier...
And Sony's been doing a lot of this, like the PlayStation Now is there.
But But apparently Japan is a lot easier to cater to than the US because it's like a 50th, right? Like I live in a state that's like as big as the country of Japan and about the same shape. So yeah, like
Right. Yeah, no, exactly.
That's a
So
penis.
this is new-ish for the Switch because, as you mentioned, I think Resident Evil 7 maybe even got this in Japan or something
think
like
you're
that,
right,
if I
yeah.
There
remember
was
correctly.
one other game that did come out streaming on the Switch in America, but I can't remember what it was. It was like a year or two ago, but I feel like Capcom did it.
Sure. Yeah,
If
so, but in
anybody
any case...
in chat knows.
Yeah.
tweet at us at Infendo.
In any case, the this version of it, the one that I played with Control, it's freaking good. It's you can hardly tell that you are playing a streaming version of a game. I mean, if I'm really squinting, I can definitely find it, right? Like there was a couple of like cutscenes that I went through, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's like almost a little bit buffery there type of thing. But and then when I would like push the control stick to like swing the camera all the way to the left and then like try and like jump it to the center of the neutral position to see like if it would stop right away, it would like go like like a millisecond fast longer type of thing. But like
So this is all foreign to me. Like I've heard of like Stadia and stuff. I was aware the technology existed, but I've never been interested enough to look into it. So it's almost kind of parallel to like when you're playing a game on your computer that your computer can't quite handle, and like you get the hiccups and the burps and that kind of stuff. Like that's kind of what it's like.
well, not exactly.
If you're having a bad experience, I should say. Like,
I guess what the way that I would describe it is when when you're watching like Netflix or something streaming on YouTube or something, and you can
And then the
kind of
quality,
tell
like,
that
dips a
kind
little,
of dips a
or-
little and then goes. That's kind of what you're getting a little bit.
or all of a sudden the voice doesn't really
Yes.
match up with the lips because the talking is a little off in the audio.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're really squinting, you can tell. But I played through the whole like first level, or at least as much as the time limit allows you to, and like after a while I just forgot that I was playing a streaming version. I would definitely recommend that people go and give it a shot. It does say that it has pretty lofty bandwidth requirements, so your results may vary. There were two options that you can select from: a high graphics mode basically, or a high performance mode. I chose the high graphics mode because I felt like giving a run for its money, and it worked pretty good. So I imagine like the performance mode probably like would dip the quality down a little bit, and then it would streaming a little bit better that way. I don't know, but it was interesting. It was really cool.
Well, and the other kind of interesting thing about all that is the Switch. I'm not making this up, right? There's no way to connect your Switch to Wi-Fi with like a cord. Like it's all, or rather, it's always Wi-Fi. It's not.
Well,
it's
you
not-
can if you buy
Yeah.
a network adapter and dock it, but not if it's
Yeah,
not
my
in
dock
handheld.
my dock is hardwired to the internet.
Huh. Okay, and that's like a default. Like you can just buy the cord, and that I had no idea. Wow.
Yeah, there's
try
the
that.
network. Nintendo even sells a branded version of a USB network
think it's
adapter,
made
but
by
you can just
Hori.
buy a.
That must
you-
be what that third slot is for, and the thing that I've never touched. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's basically
so
like a USB to Ethernet adapter, and you
Exactly.
can use some third-party ones. But yeah, like Eugene said, there's a Hori, I think, makes it that's officially licensed by Nintendo.
yeah, so it was very impressive. I think I mentioned a few months back when they were doing the Stadia testing that they gave me Assassin's Creed to test, and that worked very impressively too, but that was on my computer, This was the first time that I was able to experience something like this on the Switch. So that brings me back to the fact that ain't no way in hell I'm gonna pay $40 to access a streaming game, unfortunately. But if Nintendo or even like Microsoft were to bring like Game Pass streaming only, I would definitely be into that, right? Like if I can play games that the Switch couldn't necessarily handle, like a Red Dead 2 or something like that, streaming in,
Yeah.
sign me up. That's really cool, but not for $40 a pop. That's just kind of too much for me.
You know what I would pay $40 for, and I probably sound like a fool saying it. I would love to try Phantasy Star Online. Like, if that game ever made it stateside, I'd pay full price, you know, like just to be able to play it. Like,
yeah, I think this is the way of the world. I remember way back when there was I can't even remember who it was, but there was the One Console Future talk, and people were thinking that the guy was crazy. But like, I think we're like, almost there, because
you know, I think we might be in some ways, but there are a lot of limitations to it, right? I mean, like, if you're someone like me who always seems to suffer when it comes to Wi-Fi, that kind of cuts gaming out of the equation. If you're going on a trip,
if you live in the middle of you know, like the Midwestern United States, they don't have particularly high bandwidths. If you live in Canada, you have a limited bandwidth per month. I mean,
it kind of reminds me of when the Xbox, like, what was it, the Xbox X or whatever? What was the new one? The Xbox One, when that got revealed. I think the old new one, the one, when that got revealed, and the director of Microsoft or whatever was like, if the soldiers want to play it, they just need a good Wi-Fi connection, and like everyone got mad, and he was like, well, maybe we can change that. Like, I don't know. I get the incentive, but I feel like we're nowhere near yet where like people have decent enough Wi-Fi.
So this is the way that I envision things. I mean, obviously, I don't work for any of these companies, and I don't make any of these decisions. But like, I still see like Nintendo and Sony and Microsoft still, you know, selling their dedicated boxes or whatever, right?
Oh yeah.
But maybe in some freaking utopian future, they could all come together and release like a tablet-y thing that is not powerful but can stream things in, right? You pay like $50 a month to access their game libraries, and then it works that way. That would be really cool. It's probably never going to happen, but that's where I want to see this streaming thing go.
Of course, if you put that in Nintendo's hands, that'll only be playable until, you know, next March. And
what I was going to say was, knowing Nintendo, what they'll do with this kind of technology is turn their NES and SNES libraries streamable libraries. You know,
Sure. But that's pretty much it for the news. So I guess why don't you go ahead and talk about the games you've been playing, Lucas, since you were wanting to do that. What you been playing?
And honestly, I've really only been playing one game with any level of dedication, but I want to talk about it because it's kind of new. The Crown Tundra DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield came out, guys, and it's been really, really, really cool. The missions were all really fun. The story was nice. I really enjoyed like exploring a new area, a big wide open area. The DLC, each one kind of feels like you're playing like a movie within what like if the game was like the anime series, like each of the DLCs is like the spin-off movies with like their own legendaries and stuff, like, and it's a really solid DLC. Beyond that, there is a new kind of, like, you guys know the raids in Sword and Shield that you can do, where you can get the like Gigantamax Pokemon.
Yeah.
There's this new mode where you go through 3 fights and then a legendary Pokemon. And every time you fight them, you have a 1 in 300 chance, which is really good odds, of encountering a shiny Pokemon at the end of your journey. So you're catching everything. There's a 100% catch rate, and you're going through and you're basically searching for shiny Pokemon. If you've done all of the Pokedex in the main series game, that those odds go down to 1 in 100. So like every few hunts, you'll pop out and you'll see your Pokemon, and it's like, oh, look at that! Like, I got a shiny Noctowl or a shiny Metagross.
That's a pretty awesome. So you've been able to get some good shiny ratio catching or whatever there. Like,
I've gotten 5 so far.
That's pretty good for like a mainline Pokemon game.
The other cool thing is you can only catch each legendary once, but if you choose not to catch them, you can bookmark 3 legendaries at a time, and you can chain for specific legendaries until you get a shiny.
Oh no.
So Pheromosa is the cockroach Ultra Beast from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I have fought her 44 times so far in an attempt to get a shiny version. Haven't gotten one yet, but I will be doing it until I do. So That's how I've been killing time when I'm not,
That
doing
actually
productive things.
sounds kind of awesome because that's pretty much what I use Pokemon Go for is like just catching shinies and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Nintendo company has caught on to that. They're like, hey, let's release some DLC that's all about the shinies.
Well, and the other cool thing about it is you can play it at any time because you use rented Pokemon. You don't bring your own in. So whether you're like Justin and you've never even played the game, or you're like me and you've put like 500 hours into the game, we're at the same place other than, our general knowledge of like Pokemon and stuff and like movesets and stuff. But you all start out with like a random Pokemon that you get to choose from pool, and you're just going through. When you catch the first Pokemon in the raid, one player can choose to take that Pokemon instead, and the goal is just survive the 4 rounds and then beat the legendary, and then once you're done, you get to see if any of the ones you caught were shiny or anything. So it's really cool. That's kind of all I've been doing with my time. I just haven't been playing anything else. I did a little bit of Pokemon Go. I did hatch a shiny Vulpix and a Lowland Vulpix the other day.
I know, Heather showed me the picture that you sent her. I was
figured.
so mad.
So that was kind of a nice little surprise, right? Oh, and I think the Drifloon event was last weekend, right? So I caught 1 shiny Drifloon. I know you got like 3, but yeah, I don't know. I've never been that interested because his Pokedex description is that he like steals children and yanks them into the sky, and that's kind of a turnoff for me. Yeah, ladies, just in case anybody out there is watching and they want to, get with any of this, don't abduct children. It's not a good look. I don't like it. Or being filled with helium. But yeah, no, it's kind of just been Pokemon, honestly. I'm kind of excited to play something new at some point, but I don't really know what that something is going to be at this point because Pokemon's just eating up all of my time. And like I said, the video I'm going to do is all about Pokemon Conquest, so even when I'm not playing games recreationally, I'm still playing Pokemon games.
It's all about the evolution of the Pokemon.
Pokemon games and Koei Tecmo games, that's all I do.
Apparently. Well, Justin, what do you do? What have you been playing lately? Or I guess unboxing, or you do all kinds of stuff. It's always a mystery box with Justin. So what you got for us?
I don't know what. Actually, I was hoping to have a really great surprise for this week as far as what I've been playing, and I completely forgot to play it. So maybe I'll get to that sometime this week. But other than putting together my Super Mario Lego set finally, which depending on how meticulously Eugene edits this, you may or may not hear me crinkling and clanking in the background. Let's see, I've been mostly playing stuff in bed. I did play a little bit of Paper Mario, but mostly, just a little bit of Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I think I played a few rounds of Super Mario Brothers 35 last week, so, that was good. Nothing really exciting. Haven't gotten anything new. Oh, no, I did get something new. And unfortunately, I forgot to bring it over here to show everybody. But I got myself a Super Game Boy 2, which was a Japan exclusive upgrade to the Super Game Boy peripheral for Super Nintendo. It has new borders and stuff like that. That's neither really here nor there. The big features of it are number one, it has the link cable port, so you can play multiplayer with it. And more excitedly for me, actually, it runs the games at the proper speed. So I don't know if anybody out there is old enough to have had a Super Game Boy.
Oh, was that the thing that you plugged into the Super Nintendo and it lets you play Game Boy games?
Yeah, and it colorized them, and certain games, like, you had enhanced graphics.
Oh, yeah, I still have one in a drawer somewhere.
I just had Pokemon Stadium. That was my Super Game Boy.
Sure.
So, yeah, the original Super Game Boy, it basically ran at the Super Nintendo's clock speed divided by 5, which was slightly faster than the Game Boy's clock speed. So the Super Game Boy 2 fixes that. And you'll notice if you play a Game Boy game on the Super Game Boy, it plays a little bit faster, and more noticeably, like, the music and sound effects are a little bit faster and higher pitched. That has always bothered me, and I know it's kind of a stupid thing to buy a special peripheral for, but I buy things for stupid reasons. And I had some money in my PayPal account from those reviews I've been doing on the podcast and Amazon. So I put that money to good use, bought myself a Super Game Boy 2 off of eBay, pried the little region lock tabs out of my Super NES, and played a little bit of Donkey Kong last week. Some Kirby's Dream Land 2. I tried to play a few other games, but the games weren't working, so I think I might have to clean the contacts on them. But and tonight, of course, once again, I left it just out of my reach. Tonight, I plan on playing my Dreamcast. I'm going to hook that up because I bought myself an HDMI cable for my Dreamcast, so it'll be nice to finally get to play some of those games again after God knows how many years. The only other thing that I've really been playing is I finally charged my 3DS for the first time in months, and I've been playing a lot of WarioWare Gold. When
Oh yeah, I forgot about that game
or something. Yeah,
that game was pretty new too, relatively, right? It's like only a couple years old, right?
I think it came out last year.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was one of the last major releases for 3DS, and definitely one of the good ones because WarioWare didn't really get a special 3DS game, but this is a combination of new games and greatest hits from all the other games, except I don't think anything from the Wii carried over. But,
Fun fact about that game, if you're playing the game with headphones in, it will not detect your microphone in your 3DS. I thought that my microphone was broken.
Oh, yeah, because it's probably looking for one that has, like, the thing.
Yeah,
that's funny.
So you can use headphones, but you have to use the ones with the little rectangular addition to it and a microphone on it. I have one of those somewhere, but I don't know where.
That was one of the first games that I downloaded when I got my replacement 3DS, when my old one was busted. And I was playing it, and I was like, oh, great. I bought a refurbished 3DS. I'm like, great, it doesn't have a working microphone. I can't finish the game. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, important disclaimer there. If you're playing with headphones, make sure they either have a little microphone adapter on them, which won't find anywhere anymore because it's all got the three lined ones,
right?
Or don't play with headphones. Oh, I also been playing a little bit of Lego Rock Band and Rock Band 3 on the DS, which were basically like frequency / amplitude / Rock Band Unplugged style games. So but yeah, just little things here and there, nothing truly exciting or new. But hopefully for post Halloween episode, I'll have something that I've never played on my playlist.
Well, very nice. Cool. Well, then I guess that leaves me. I will talk about the games I've been playing, which isn't honestly a whole lot. I did talk about Control already. I think, man, if it wasn't $40, I think I would get it because I have that game on already on my Xbox, but I just don't like playing games not on the Switch. It's just a thing,
It's a burden. It is a first world burden.
I played something on my Xbox in the past week, but honestly, I can't even remember what it was at this point.
Yeah, I honestly, I just don't. It's not that I don't like playing games on other systems. It's just so much easier, more convenient on the Switch. Like, if I want to play on the TV, awesome, I'll just pop it right in. But half the time I'm playing in bed, or I need to. The other great thing about the Switch is it has an awesome suspend mode. You literally just push the power button, and you boot back in where you. I love the Switch, guys. It's I don't know. Control is a thing. I'm not going to pay $40 for it. I'm not going to pay $40 for it. I'm not going to pay $40 for it. However, I've been playing a lot of Smash Brothers this last week. I hate Steve. I hate Minecraft. Not like our Steve.
We all hate Steve. Screw that guy. No.
I don't like Minecraft Steve. Number one, I'm not good with him, but number two,
What about Alex?
When people are good with him, they're just too good. I don't understand like how you just have to think differently when you're playing against him or with him type of thing. But in any case, the new character has gotten me back into playing Smash, and I think I have a new main maybe. I have been playing a lot of...
not be Joker.
No,
I was gonna say, it actually reminds me when Joker came out and people were good with him. So like,
I like Joker a lot. I'm not very... He's just not my type of character. He's too twitchy for me. Like I just can't. It's just not my style. I have been trying to main Hero lately. I like Hero a lot. It's not anything new because I've been playing Hero, off and on. But I think he's my new guy. Hero and Samus and maybe a little bit of Piranha Plant. I'm feeling squirrely, but yeah, those are kind of like my three that I have been cycling through lately. Other than Smash Brothers, I've been looking at YouTube videos of people playing Mario Kart, the real life one thing, because I'm not about to spend $200 to buy it. Because you gotta have two, 100. Right? Well,
it's only 100 if you.
Is
only
it though?
Want one.
Because you have to have two. Like really, come on. Like you're not gonna just buy one.
It just doesn't interest me at all. Like,
I mean, the reviews for it have been good. I don't know if my house has enough space to actually play it, but I would love to get it for Christmas if somebody wants to buy it for me.
I suspect I'm at that age that's in between being a child and like you guys, where it's like I'm not so old that I like toys again, but I'm not so young that I want toys other than like Monster Hunter dolls. Like it's just these like the
excuse me.
Yeah, you've been playing with that Lego Mario for like 4 weeks. Like if I had it, it would be rotting in a box somewhere. Like they just don't do it for me. Maybe that'll change in 10 years, but like I'm not there right now,
See, that's realistically, that's where I know I actually am. See, I want things, but the things that I want go on. Look at all this shelf over here has at least 10 games that are unwrapped that I can look at. So, yeah, I have a problem. I do. What else have I been playing? Pokemon Go, we touched on that a little bit. There was the Halloween event started, and there was that Drifloon. I don't know if it was necessarily community day or what. Like, it's just like a research
kind of a spotlight, I think, is what they call it.
Okay, yeah, that's right. But it was fun. I got 3 shinies. I caught a shiny Caterpie unexpectedly. I have way too many Drifloon candies now. But, just Niantic has just been killing it. The cadence on their events has been really awesome. Like, they just kind of
week after week after week after week, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
and right now you
new.
can even get double candy for catching Pokemon as a Halloween thing, so that's cool.
Yeah,
unfortunately, all the Pokemon are ghost Pokemon.
I was just gonna say that because they always do double candy during the Halloween event. So I already have like 2,000 Ghastly candies. Like, what am I gonna do with more?
I did get my Shadow Mewtwo the other day though, for finishing that is exciting. That event, so that's cool. And he levels up, dude. He can go up to like 36,000 or 3,600 like CP. Like he gets really like mega Pokemon strong. Like,
and
really
the Shadow Mewtwo specifically is supposed to be the best version of the Mewtwo, right?
Cool. Oh, I don't know. He's the only one I've got. So
well, yeah. I mean, don't purify it because apparently the Shadow way is the way you want to go.
Of course, to get the second, because see, the thing about Shadow Pokemon is their charge attack is always Frustration, which sucks. So to get a good charge attack on him, it's 120,000 Stardust and like 200 candies or something ridiculous like that. Yeah,
that's extortion.
Have fun with that. But yeah, no, I'm excited. Like I love the Shadow Pokemon. Like right now I'm working on my Aerodactyl and it's just so much fun. So
yeah, I am into Pokemon Go in a big way lately. I just love that game. I'm just always finding myself when I don't want to scroll through social media anymore, go opening up Pokemon, checking to see what's around, seeing if my friends have sent me gifts, doing the whole thing. It's just fun. It's just fun. But that's pretty much it for the games that I've been playing. I will say, though, that I have downloaded a bunch of games in the last 24 hours just because they were either on sale or, whatever. So I'll probably have some stuff to talk about next week in that regard. But until then, I think we've made it to the end of the show, guys. We actually don't have a question block this week, so I would imagine that this would be a good time to kill it. But we would be remiss if we didn't say one last time, go vote. Please go vote.
You've only this is literally the last chance we have to tell you.
We've been
It's
beating that drum all year.
important.
Yeah, but this is the time, guys. If you haven't done it yet, get in line. I know New Mexico is still early voting, at least until the weekend. So you probably still have some time to early vote if that's available in your area.
And not that we have a huge audience, so this probably isn't going to reach anybody important. But if you happen to live in Wisconsin, there was a Supreme Court ruling that basically said that your by mail ballots will not be counted if they're not counted on election day. So if you're going to be voting by mail, by absentee ballot in Wisconsin specifically, honestly anywhere at this point, if you haven't sent it in yet, find an actual ballot box. Don't send it in the mail because they might not get counted anymore, guys.
That's just the way it goes. Yeah, you could
system's rigged.
I don't know what to tell you. We got to play by their rules, unfortunately. Hopefully we can change them soon.
Do your best.
Cool. So that's it, guys. Thank you. Wear a mask, all that fun stuff. We are out of here. For everybody from Infendo Radio, mwah, 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 mwah. Good night.
We will see you next week, and oh my god, we will be in such bad moods. Next Wednesday is election night. Bye bye.
Well,
so full disclosure, I know we're probably still live on the air. I don't really care. Full disclosure, I'm probably not going to be on next week because I'm probably going to be getting drunk out of my mind with my parents. That's my plan. So.
The sad part, well, I guess we should probably say bye to Twitch. Bye, Twitch, and probably Steve. I don't know if you're still watching us, but we love you. Goodbye.